You're listening to Extinction Radio FM. Listen to the podcast at extinctionradio.com.
And now it's time for our main interview of the week with Kenn Orphan and co-host Myrn in Paris. Are you there, Kenn?
Yes, I'm here. Hello.
Hi, Kenn. And Myrn, are you there?
I'm here. Hello, Ken. Hello, Mike. And hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hi. I've just read a really interesting biography and part of an essay by you, Kenn. And I'm presuming that you are in acceptance of near-term human extinction. Am I right with that?
Yes. Like practically anybody, it's not something that you can accept easily, and certainly each day you have to struggle with that whole reality. But yes, yeah, the evidence to me is overwhelming.
Right. Yeah. And do you find yourself I certainly vacillate a lot between. I'm not so angry these days because I think I've had a very similar background to you with your length of involvement in environmental activism. But I certainly vacillate a little bit between, the stages of grief. Do you find yourself vacillating at all?
Yes, of course. Yeah, I think is dependent, of course, where you are and who you're with.
Yeah.
But what it is that you're seeing, obviously, when you're out in the natural world. In a wild place, the sense of sorrow is far more overwhelming than it would be when you're in an insulated place. Especially if you are a person like myself who has always felt at home in the wild.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I find that the same with that. But I'm finding it very difficult as well to try and, it's a bit of a shame to try and relate to the outdoors now as I used to in a more natural way and, accept that things were just going along, and now I go out and think about all these, I look at the sky in a different way, I look at the climate and the weather in a different way, I look at trees in a different way. And I find that a bit sad. Myrn, do you get a bit of that? Kenn, do you feel that?
Yeah, I absolutely feel that, Mike. And it's I don't know, it's the funniest thing. It's a bit of a mixed blessing because obviously it's lovely to be out in nature and to be oblivious to the dying. I think that's very possible. I think there are people who go out and enjoy nature in, provincial parks, for example, in my country, and just are oblivious to what's happening. But I've woken up to it, and now I'm obsessed with dying trees because I've come in contact with Gail Zawacki, and the weather is hard for me. Hard to see how it's changed. This year has been quite extreme in my neck of the woods. We've had drought this spring, and it's really a marked drought. And so grass is now brown everywhere, and this is May. And in my area, it's a relatively humid, wet area normally. So brown grass in May is unheard of.
Yeah.
But it's up. But at the same time, there's a keen appreciation for the natural world that's richer and deeper for me than I think ever it was.
Do you find that, Kenn? Do you find that there's that when you go out, you feel this everything is kind of slowly changing, and you feel more grief in some kind of way?
Yes, when I do have the chance to go out and either walk or I'm out on the ocean, I'm actually filled with an overwhelming sense of feeling sorry. I want to apologize to everything I see, just for what my species has done, and there's no place left. I think that's when I realized and grew more accepting of just where we're headed. Is when I was out in Costa Rica and out in the furthest area, no humans really. Absolutely pristine on the surface, but then of course when you're out in the water or you're on the beach, the persistence of industrial civilization makes its presence known, and whether it's bottle caps or plastic debris. So there's no place that's untouched.
I'm now accepting the reality of the surreal.